Washington covered, yet he bet on Seattle to cover the 6. This idiot. I mean, what am I doing? I go on TV, I say it's going to be 4, I bet Seattle -6, and I lose money on it. Just a terrible job by me.
Believe in yourself.
A terrible job by me. But great job by...
Do you need money?
I think a great job by the Washington.
Do you need to borrow some?
No, I lost money. I didn't win the 100. No, I don't need money, but I lost money. Go ahead, Brian.
Some.
You gotta listen to
anyway,
Kevin.
listen, if you get your picks in, before kickoff on Sunday, you could have a chance to not have to borrow money from anyone. That's pretty much how it works. For much more information, you can head to the Fox Sports app. All right. Let's play a little game called Drawing a Blank. Brian Westbrook is back with us now. We're way back on Saturday. The Packers beat the lowly Panthers. Aaron Rodgers, look, he didn't wow anybody. 143 passing yards, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. Brian Westbrook, with that performance, Aaron Rodgers' MVP chances are blank.
Jenna, they're still alive. He's still alive. Aaron Rodgers is still right there. He's still leading in the touchdowns. He still has less interceptions, and they won a football game. He's still alive. Now he has to get some flair. He has to find a way to be an exciting win, maybe a come-from-behind victory like the Chiefs always do every single Sunday.
Okay. That is great. The less interceptions is true but misleading. Patrick Mahomes has a whole 1 more interception than Aaron Rodgers, but I'll leave that be. Much like rubbing alcohol left in the open air, it is slowly evaporating. It's like, hey, it used to be there, and now there's less and less and less. You can't have 140 yards against the Panthers defense and still be in this conversation, not after what Patrick Mahomes just did to the Saints defense, which had been the best defense in the league for a month and a half. So it's not down to 0, but it's slowly evaporating, Wilds.
Any liquid left out in the open air. You could have just, water or orange juice. You could have said anything there.
Be rubbing
They evaporate at different rates, Wilds. That's why I said slowly. Okay. Everything evaporates at a different rate.
Good morning, everybody.
Look it up, sir.
Let's look. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That's coming up next. The evaporation rates of different liquids. Hey, I went with a theory that bronze is better than silver. I think this is a theory. I think I read this before. It's like you'd rather get the bronze medal because the bronze medalist is like, hey, look at me on the medal stand. And the silver medalist is like, I should have won the gold. So the bronze medalist in all this, who's the big winner, is Josh Allen, who he got off the plane and people start chanting MVP. And he's obviously not, but it's such a better situation. It happens in basketball all the time. Like Dame will be at the free throw line and be like, MVP. And like, wow, Dame should be MVP. And everyone's like, well, obviously he shouldn't. But it's nice for him. So here's the audio. Josh Allen than Aaron Rodgers at this point. Bronze medalist. There you go. That's the
you
take.
can't be MVP and wear short sleeves in the middle of winter.
Oh, yeah.
Derrick Henry's the
Bills clinched. Bills, thanks to your bronze medalists, clinched the AFC East for the first time since '95. Somebody had not graduated college yet. We're so young on this panel. Josh Allen reportedly told his locker room, quote, "This hat and shirt's fine and dandy, but I want one that says bleeping Super Bowl champs on it." Brian Westbrook, Josh Allen's locker room comments are blank.
It's a step in the right direction, and I absolutely love it. Before you can get to the Super Bowl, or at least even have the conversation about the Super Bowl, you have to win your division, have to win your conference. Obviously, the Bills have taken a huge step in the right direction, winning the AFC East, and now they're talking about they're taking their aim and their goals up to the Super Bowl. I'm absolutely for this. This is a great step in the right direction for the Bills. Congratulations, Sean McDermott, and that entire organization.
All right, before I give my answer, a little window in to the right household. A lot of controversy this weekend between my wife and I about Josh Allen. She has been seeing the memes. She's been seeing the comments. Some of the Bills Mafia has found her and is attacking her. And so she was more engaged to Saturday Night Football than she ever has been watching Josh Allen. And do you know the last thing she said to me today before I went on the air? You have to be nice to Josh Allen today. He's earned it. So, with that in mind, Josh Allen saying he wants a Super Bowl champ shirt is obtainable internationally. Like in Estonia or Latvia, where they send out those shirts for the teams that flamed out. You know, they make them ahead of time, and it's like, oh, look, the Buffalo Bills won 4 Super Bowls in the 90s. No, they didn't, but certain countries, that's the shirts they get. It'll be like that this year again. There will be a segment of the world's population that really believes this happened, and if Josh Allen travels there, he probably can get some. But if he stays stateside, AFC East champion's the best T-shirt he's getting this year. Hope that makes your life.
All the Estonians thinking the Bills won 4.
I'm going to say it did not.
You're going to get put out today.
I would say settle down Josh Allen. The reason why everyone was at the airport, because he haven't won the AFC East title since 1995. That was Patriots territory. And 1995 was so long. It was my favorite thing to me. Like Brad Pitt was named sexiest man alive. And like, what? Like, what? That guy isn't even like a wheelchair now? What? Starbucks debuted a drink called the Frappuccino? Like, I didn't even heard of that. So it's just crazy. It's been so long. So, take it one step at a time.
So good. So good. So good. So good. So good. Jalen Hurts with another great performance as the Eagles came oh so close to beating the Cardinals. Reports surfacing afterwards, Carson Wentz wants to be traded if he's the backup on this team next season, which at this point seems awfully likely. All right, Brian, you spent 8 seasons with the Eagles. You know this team. Wentz wanting out is blank.
You know, Jenna, I thought this was one of the more selfish things that I heard all weekend long, and I actually heard this report before the game. And here's the thing. This is Jalen Hurts' second start. Before the game, Carson Wentz, these comments came out. Jalen Hurts has started 1 game in the NFL. Now, think if you're on that football team and have played with Carson Wentz all season long, where he struggled through 12 games. You supported him. You haven't called him out. You haven't said any bad things about him. And as soon as things don't go his way, as far as a starting quarterback job, because he hasn't played well, now he wants out. This is completely selfish. I'm surprised that Carson Wentz, who I really respect as a person, wouldn't even say something like this. He's not thinking about his team. He's only thinking about himself.
I'm going to the Wayback Machine here, Brian, and I'm agreeing with you. It's Santoliquito vindication. You might say Santoliquito, Joseph Santoliquito to be exact. He's the writer for the Philly Voice. 2 years ago, he was on this story, and Philly killed him for it. Saying Carson Wentz was selfish, was a me guy, wasn't that well liked in the locker room, and everyone in Philly, I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people in Philly annihilated him for it. He's just been sitting there for the last 2 years saying eventually everyone's going to come around. It might have taken a while. Support your local alternative newspaper. That's one take. And the other one is, good job, Joseph Santoliquito and the Philly Voice. I remembered. I hope everyone else did as well. He had this story 2 years ago.
Great. Look, can I tell you something? Can I just be the voice of reason? What do you want the guy to say? I want truth hurts, and I know it's a pun, but I'm not actually, don't mean to do truth hurts, just kind of came out. What do you, I want to ride the bench. And in a way, Brian, I'm going to say it's actually a nice thing to do for Jalen Hurts. Like, oh, I should leave. Jalen Hurts is great. He's probably going to get the starting job. I'm out of here. See you later, Philly. I'll be back visiting on like the Colts backup, I guess, if we play. I haven't checked our schedule.
How about you don't leak it right before the game? That's what you want.
Don't compete for your job. How about you compete for your job like everyone else?
He did compete.
That's a bad take, Wilds. It's a bad take.
He competed and lost. He's ready to move on.
Wilds, that's your first bad take. You've been on fire today. That's your first bad take.
All right.
We're 50 minutes into the show.
Baker and the Browns beat the Giants last night, earning not only their first 10-win season since 2007, but a little RESPCT from ME over here. Baker with another good game. Brian, Baker's performance last night was blank.
Baker's performance last night was playoff-esque. This is exactly how Baker is going to need to play when he gets into the playoffs. He was efficient. He was accurate. He was making good decisions with the football. He didn't turn the ball over. This is exactly the type of football that Baker Mayfield needs to play if the Browns want to win in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, it's boring at this point. It's what do you expect? What do you expect other than Baker Mayfield to go out there and ball, not throw picks, put his team in a position to win? They're 5-1 since Halloween. He's thrown 1 pick since then. In the last month, he's averaging 300 yards per game. And so this is, at this point, it's par for the course. And it's as predictable as Jenna somehow misspelling respect was, which, check your DVRs, she did in fact do.
No, I didn't.
There's two E's in that word. You did. You did. In your defense, Jenna, that is not a word that is famously spelled out letter by letter in an iconic piece of pop culture. So there's nothing you could have gone to for it. But so, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's just expected. Just par for the course. Go ahead, Wild.
Okay. All right. Big win for Baker.
I can't believe that.
I want to change. We have to change the MVP voting because Baker needs to be in the conversation at this point. He won't because, just like I said, it's Mahomes.
That's a bridge too far for me, Wild.
And then everybody else.
No.
But here's the other big win. With the Rams losing to the Jets, Baker has no pressure of like laying an egg because the Jets were going to win a game and it's Browns got the Jets next week. The Jets were going to win a game and it's not going to be Baker. That would have been a mark on his resume that he'd never be able to shake. Although I don't think Aaron Donald will never talk about it again, and it's fine for Sean McVay. But if it happened to Baker,